What is going on, everybody? Today we have a Strider review. So I have been meaning to do this for a while, but with some life circumstances I have had a hiatus from creating YouTube videos, but I am back hoping to get some new blades in, but wanted to do a review of this knife first, as it has been in my pocket while I was moving house and for, I would say, the past 3 to 4 months. So this thing has seen pocket time every day. It has been my sole EDC, with the exception of a few other blades slipping in my pocket here and there. But it has been extremely hard to pull this out of my pocket lately. So I wanted to talk a bit about that. So this is the Strider SMF H2G2 from the most recent drop. Actually, not from the most recent drop, but from the recent drops Strider has been having. This was from the first drop of the H2G2. I just couldn't resist picking one up. I've never tried an SMF. I have an SNG. The SNG was something I really liked, but it never really saw that much pocket time. I have been getting into the bigger blades lately, so I thought, why not try on an SMF? You know, get one with the new M Strider logo on it, and just give it a try, see if I like it, see how the SMF compares, and the consensus is in. I love the SMF way more than an SNG. If you can legally carry this large of a knife and you are able to carry it, be it with your normal EDC style, what you typically carry, the SMF, in my opinion, is what a Strider was meant to be, and I think that is the original Strider, is the SMF. So it makes sense that this is the one that was originally, you know, created out of the imagination of Strider. But this SMF is just awesome. I really like the H2G2 because up here you don't actually have the screws come through, so it just goes into the aluminum. H2G2 means it's just a higher grade of aluminum because this is an aluminum scale. It's natural coated with the flamed tie side, as all Striders have. I am thinking of getting the Lynch Strider clip. Let me know in the comments, have you used one? Do you even know what I'm talking about? And would it look good on a Strider? There are some expensive Strider clips out there. It would be nice to have a deep carry clip because this one does not go that deep in your pocket, but it does give you good grip getting it out of the pocket. And when I carry this, I don't really care if people can see it sticking out a bit. No one's gonna care where I live. But this Strider comes with CTS XHP steel with an amazing heat treat from Strider. Just an absolute awesome heat treat in steel. The sharpening from the factory could be better. I've touched this up a bunch of times because I use my knife quite often. Probably not in the best ways. I just put a very quick rough edge on it, so don't judge. I use it and I know I'm just going to dull it out, so I will put a new one on when it needs it. So yeah, has seen a lot of use. So like I said, I just moved to a new home. So I have seen, you know, its fair share of cardboard staples, you know, aluminum packages, aluminum fittings that are inside of cardboard packages have scraped it up, especially on this handle. So this is something I want to talk about. I did see originally when this came out that people were saying, oh, it's chipping, oh, the finish on it's not that great. You can see the finish on this scale side, the gunner grip, is fantastic. Now, the way I EDC my knives, it has a lot of potential to wear this front show side, not only just from your hand going in with gloves and what have you, but just when I carry this in a pack, it's rubbing up against stuff all day, as I'm hiking, as I'm walking, as I'm doing whatever I'm doing all day. So this side is just constantly getting worn like that. And you can see it actually is quite cool. Some people might hate it, some people might love it. You can see those little peaks kind of being worn off. off, the high points on the pivot just being worn off. This is what happens when you use your knives. So this is just something that, like I said, that has been in my EDC rotation every single day. I do not baby it. It has broken in amazingly. The action on it is fantastic. Just a nice light flick there. Again, with a little bit more power, it is easy, but just super smooth, super buttery action. Has required only this screw, which if you don't know anything about Striders, which I don't blame you if you don't, because they can be a bit of a mystery if you are not deep in the Strider community. This screw controls basically everything, controls centering and lockup and all of that. For me, this screw came loose after, I don't know, I would say a month. So I tightened it, came loose again, put some Loctite on it, and now it hasn't moved a bit. Centering, in my opinion, is pretty perfect for something like this because I'm going to be using it. When you push your thumb on to open it, it's perfectly centered so you can open it. But some people might say that's off. I don't really care. I think that's perfect. Typically when I'm carrying it, my thumbs are right here. So holding it like that, that is kind of my go-to grip, is just right here, and then doing whatever sort of cutting you need to be doing. But this blade has just been fantastic. Very thick. I don't know the specific of the thickness, but it is very thick. Nice hollow grind, which does give you some good cutting performance, but you will struggle to get through with that thick spine. I have found, you can do a bit more prying with something this thick, so that is kind of nice, just wedging it in and prying stuff open. Probably not what you're supposed to use your knives for, but again, this was everything that I have been EDCing. So I've not been using a pry bar, I've not been using anything else other than this for 4 months at least. And it has stole my heart. It is definitely one of my favorite EDCs, and I will definitely be getting more SMFs. Again, like I said, for whatever reason, the SMG is great, but it doesn't just scream that I need more in the collection. Like, I've had 6, 7 Chris Reeves, I've tried the Incosis, the Sabenzas, all the different sizes, and I just go back to the large, Sabenza. For Strider, apparently, it's the SMF for me. So I'll have to try out some Hinders. I love the OG trifecta of, Sabenza, Chris Reeve, Strider, and Hinder knives. Hinder's heat treat is, we won't comment, but Strider's heat treat is really, really good. So if you're looking for a hard use knife with a great heat treat, here's one that's very hard to get. But if you can get one, I highly recommend. Go on Facebook, join a couple Facebook groups. They do pop up. Strider has been pumping out more and more knives lately, which is great because more people are going to be able to get these in their hands. They are awesome. The lockup is great. No lockup rock, no blade play in any direction. It is awesome. I recommend you do get a Strider tool though. You can get one on Monkey Edge. They are worth the money. You need to adjust your pivot. It is a knife. Every knife needs to be adjusted. It needs to be taken apart and cleaned. Unfortunately, you have a very robust, very tough pivot, which means you're going to have to use a pivot tool. Now, if you get a Strider Performance, you won't need that. So if you got the big box laying around, you want the durability and toughness of a Strider with the heat treat, with the style, go for the Performance. You're going to be able to get that ease of maintenance and ease of cleaning because the Performance will not have this full backspacer. This is obviously milled from one piece of aluminum to make this scale. One thing I thought was just something I was thinking about was I wonder the advantages of having this solid mill piece. Obviously it's cool, but I wonder if shifting, back and forth, like, it's hard to do it, like, let's get it to stay up. like if the scales are going like this because you're doing something you shouldn't be doing with your knives, I wonder the advantages of not having, you know, a backspacer that could potentially go back and forth in different directions and create kind of, you know, issues with the lockup as you're using the knife, and then you have lock fail. So I wonder if there is actually like a reason behind this. It might be out on the internet. If you do know, let me know. But I just wanted to make this review slash, you know, update. I am back making videos. I will make videos on knives that I love. This is a knife that I love, and it has been used. Man, this thing is awesome. It has gone, you know, through so much these past few months as I was just getting settled into my new house. You know, as I was moving, you know, figuring out the lay of the land, and just not having the time that you necessarily always have when you're comfortable in your home, you know, to clean your knives, maintenance your knives, you know, be the nicest you can and always have the perfect knife. All my stuff was in boxes. All my knives were, you know, packed away. You're moving. This is the only thing I had to do everything. This is the knife that I would have to hand to my girlfriend to do, you know, unspeakable wrong things with the knife that, you know, you would catch people doing with their pocket knives. So this thing has been through it all, and it is still here looking pretty. So highly recommend the SMF if you haven't given it a try and you've only tried the SNG. I understand the SNG is something that's typically favorable because of that size. It's right in the middle, not too big, not too small. But you know what? Just commit. If you want a big hard use knife, just get the SMF. Do not go for the SNG. The SMF is just, it fits in the hands so well, and it just is. It is what this knife is supposed to be, in my opinion, which probably sounds stupid because I'm sure Strider already knows that, but this thing is awesome. Give an SMF a try. Let me know in the comments if you want to see any specific videos on this knife. I'm sure we'll just be continuing to be in my EDC, so I'll just continue to do updates on it since that is what I'm carrying. In other news, I am looking forward to some of the new releases coming out from Microtech. They have that amphibian coming out. I'm not a Microtech fanboy, but I do love Microtech, so we'll hopefully be getting that knife in. Probably do some updates on the MSI and Stitch, which I have not been carrying that much, but have been some awesome knives for 2023. Probably do an overview of the collection sometime soon. And then just seeing what other knives are out there. I know I've been having a few other knives I've been looking for and been on the hunt for, but this knife has just really stolen the show and has made me kind of think, well, maybe I don't need to buy so many knives. Why do I need another one? I need another SMF, but maybe I don't need any other knives because this one just seems to do everything I need a knife to do, and is awesome to just pocket flick and fondle like we all do with our knives. Don't lie. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, buddy. But yeah, please subscribe. Please like. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see. Would be happy to do some testing with this, but it is overall a great knife. Highly recommend. DM me if you have any questions of how to pick one of these up. Happy to share. But I would just recommend going on Facebook, Facebook groups, just joining some Strider groups, joining some general knife groups. You'll definitely be able to find them. They are floating around right now, a lot of them, but they are findable. You can find them. They're not going to be at your local retailers, unfortunately. It's just not how Strider does it. A lot of knife makers are going away from that. Microtech, Emerson, Strider, they don't really do it. Even Rick Hinder, they do some drops on like DLT and stuff, but Strider, you really kind of got to know where to find them and when they're going to pop. So, because they do sell out, you know, they're going to sell out within the same day. So you got to know where to pick them up. Happy to share that information. But yeah, hopefully this was a good video for you guys and you enjoyed. Just staring at this knife. It has been treating me well, and I hope you all have a great Labor Day long weekend. Thanks again. Have a good day, you guys. Bye.